Overnight, markets and geopolitics both turned on the same question: how much risk the world can absorb while it funds the next wave of artificial intelligence and manages multiple flashpoints on artificial intelligence and the technological revolution. U.S. tech stocks slid again as investors questioned whether the pace of AI spending is sustainable. The Financial Times reports the Nasdaq fell 1.2%, and Nvidia shares dropped, even after strong results, with the market looking for something even bigger to justify current expectations. Wall Street is responding by pushing more complex hedging strategies to protect against sudden AI implosions, a sign that volatility is becoming a feature of the AI trade rather than an exception. In parallel, the Financial Times flags renewed unease in private credit after strains in a retail-focused fund at Blue Owl, adding to broader concerns about where leverage is building as capital chases yield. In global conflict and diplomacy, Europe is watching Denmark after Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen called a snap election for March 24, with Greenland central to the campaign following a standoff with Donald Trump over U.S. pressure on the territory. The BBC and ABC both report Frederiksen is seeking to capitalize on a surge in support for her defiant stance. In the Middle East, the BBC reports indirect U.S.-Iran talks in Geneva are being framed as crucial to preventing conflict, but prospects for a nuclear agreement remain unclear. On Israel and the occupied Palestinian territories, the BBC reports video evidence showing Israeli soldiers shot a Palestinian boy and then blocked ambulances for an extended period as he bled, a development likely to intensify scrutiny and diplomatic pressure. In South Asia, Al Jazeera reports Afghanistan says it has launched attacks against Pakistan, a breaking development that could raise regional security risks. Turning to Australia, politics and public administration are under pressure from integrity, accountability, and culture issues. In the Northern Territory, ABC reports newly uncovered past social media posts from incoming Administrator David Connolly have been labeled denigrating of women, with Connolly issuing an apology. Federally, SBS reports Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has addressed criticism after a comment involving Grace Tame, saying his remarks were misrepresented, as the exchange continues to reverberate online. The Guardian reports Pauline Hanson's daughter has been employed as a senior advisor to NSW1 Nation Senator Sean Bell in a taxpayer-funded role worth up to $180,000, raising fresh questions about staffing practices and political patronage. Separately, the SMH reports Hanson is pushing for a referendum to avoid hate speech laws after falsely claiming Labour's post-Bundy hate crimes laws were being used to jail her. On social policy and services, ABC reports childcare centers face funding cuts after missing safety benchmarks. 19 centers previously put on notice have improved, one has closed permanently, and another is still being assessed. In health, SBS reports 2 patients have died following a fungal outbreak at a Sydney hospital during a period when the facility was under redevelopment, with the outbreak occurring between October and December 2025. On the Australian economy, housing affordability remains a central pressure point. SBS reports a new analysis showing the time needed to save a home deposit has blown out further, reinforcing the cost of living and intergenerational equity debate that is already shaping policy arguments. And locally in Victoria, ABC reports a judge has found the former Burberry boss breached Victoria's hate speech laws by inciting racial hate at a pro-Palestine rally in Melbourne's CBD, a significant legal development in the state's approach to public speech and protest. Also in Victoria, ABC reports the recovery of an extremely rare 21-million-year-old whale-related fossil from the Bellarine Peninsula, described as one of the largest and most complex excavations in the state's history, with researchers hoping it will shed light on whale evolution.